intentional effort, in his words, to undermine public safety and the rule of law, adding that failure to respond will be subject to a subpoena. That'll get their attention. So what's it going to take to make these local leaders comply? Here with some insight is the Commissioner of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Kevin Mcaleenan. Kevin, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing okay. So what are these letters supposed to do?
Well, we appreciate DOJ's support in highlighting this challenging phenomenon in unfortunately proliferating jurisdictions around the country. We need to partner with state and locals on law enforcement across the board, and politicizing that partnership is really challenging. This affects us at the border in two different ways. First, operationally, we need to partner in jurisdictions along the border with sheriffs, with local police departments to effectively secure that border and handle immigration enforcement efforts. So if there's a chilling effect on our partners for working with us in the operational context, that's dangerous and unhelpful. The other scenario is where we've apprehended someone who is facing state and local charges. If we have a concern about turning them over because they might be released, say if a witness recants or the case doesn't come to fruition, that's the wrong thing to happen. That's not a choice I want my field commanders to be making.
Sure. I saw that the DOJ in the last week or so had sent a letter to Louisville, Kentucky to reaffirm the fact that they are not a sanctuary city because apparently the city manager or the mayor there had asked for that clarification. But when you're talking about your partners, Commissioner, along the border, California, not one of your partners.
Well, historically, their state and local law enforcement entities have been our partners.
Well, that's historically, but right now you got a problem.
Yeah, I mean, the sheriffs have highlighted that broadly, kind of rejecting the sanctuary approach in California because they want to continue working with us. But it does create challenges, and we appreciate DOJ's support in highlighting that and pushing for a change.
Sure. Give us a status on how things are going with the National Guard. I know that Jerry Brown, the governor of the great state of California, did, toward the end of last week, say he would send, I believe, 400 National Guardsmen, but they would be scattered throughout the state, and they would not be involved in helping you, it sounds like, in any way.
So this is going to be a big week for National Guard deployments across the border states. We're seeing significant arrivals starting today based on the planning effort we've engaged in with DOD over the past couple of weeks. But you highlight, Steve, a key area where we'd like to have that partnership with California. And the way the process works is the Border Patrol chiefs in the sectors in San Diego and El Centro have sent forward requirements that we've asked DOD support with. DOD, National Guard Bureau, then chops those out to the states to see who can supply forces to address those missions. And so we're waiting for California's response. We hope it's a positive one.
Okay, and just an update on any portions of the fence or the wall that are being constructed or reconstructed?
Yeah, the wall's under construction, multiple areas. In El Centro, it's going up 30-foot steel bollard wall in a key area where we've got a mall just on the north side of the border. Our secretary is going to be visiting later this week. We're also building it in El Paso sector, about a 20-mile segment, which used to be just a small little vehicle barrier where people could still climb across. That's going to be a steel bollard wall as well. So we're excited about those developments and a big investment that the administration has fought for in border security.
And these particular wall designs that you're talking about that are actually being constructed, are they close to the prototypes we just showed on TV?
Yes, several of the prototypes use this kind of steel bollard concept. Okay. We were honored to be able to show it to the president a few weeks ago.
Very good. All right. He is the Commissioner of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Kevin Mcaleenan. We thank you very much for joining us today from our nation's capital.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, sir. All right, meanwhile, straight ahead, a history book with a skewed message. The anti-Trump curriculum being taught to high school students. We're going to tell you where. And James Comey, former FBI director, comparing President Trump and his team to the mafia.
There's a distinction between a friend of yours and a friend of ours.
How strange is it for you to sit here and compare the president to a mob boss?
Well, Anthony Scaramucci is a former member of President Trump's team, and he's here to react to that mob business next.